Morning. So I wanted to show you just how I use my oils, just give you some ideas. My hair is looking a bit wild this morning, but anyway, I've just had a swim. Okay, so typically in the morning and in the evening I'll take frankincense. With frankincense, I love to inhale it. It's the king of oils. It's got so many great properties, and I take one drop in my mouth, and I take one or two in the evening as well. It's got quite a strong sort of tree flavor. It's very grounding, very good for overall health. Put that back in the box here. If you have melaleuca, that's very good for cuts. For if you've got a pimple or something like that, a blemish, you can literally just take a tiny bit like that on your finger and you could like rub it on. Or if you had a cut on your finger, you could rub it on. It's very good for anti-inflammatory, so for sore muscles, if you're getting a bit of earache, if you've been swimming in the sea, you can rub it around your ear. In that case, I would use a bit of carrier oil, something like that. At the moment, I use a Clary Calm almost every day, and when I say almost, I try. I put it on my wrists. I sometimes put it on the inside of my elbows, and then I'll put it a little bit on my neck. I sometimes will apply that a second time during the day as well. At the moment, I'm using Intune quite a lot. I love Intune. It really settles the mind, especially when you've got a lot of work to do and you have a busy day ahead. It helps you bring your thoughts together. Very good for focus. So if you've got kids who need to focus. In my hair, I love to use peppermint. Is very good for hair. So is rosemary, so is geranium, so is lavender. Lavender is really good. I love to put either lavender or frankincense. I'll take a bit of moisturizer. This is the Virage moisturizer that doTERRA makes. I love that. And you can just tip it over, and that gives you about half a drop, and rub it on your hands and inhale, and then just moisturize with some lavender or frankincense. If you're using, so when I use my oils, I typically will just tip the bottle over and you're getting about half a drop. If I at night am going to use something like Serenity, which is next to my bed, but I would also tip the bottle over, rub it on my temples, maybe here in the middle of my head or across your head. If you want to make yourself a roller, you can get some empty roller bottles. They basically come in clear or amber color, and it would look like this before you put the little roller ball on. Just having a look here to see if I've got a roller ball. Anyway, and then you get the little lid that fits on the top, and in here you could put some carrier oil, and for an adult you would put about 20 drops of oil in here. If you're quite a sensitive person, I would start with 10 drops in a standard roller bottle size. There's a few different options for carrier oils. I use fractionated coconut oil, which you can buy from doTERRA, or there's some people locally in Cape Town who have that. Basically for hair serum and for face, I would use argan oil. I get this from Terra Mamas. I also have some sweet almond oil that's quite cheap, very nice for massages if you're not allergic to nuts. I've got some hemp seed oil here, and then my favorite, which I'm not actually sure where it is right now because I use it a lot, is jojoba. Jojoba is very nourishing, so for me, as you get older, if your skin's drier, it's very good to use jojoba as your carrier oil. But just for a roller, like this is I made myself a little sticker. This was a happy mood roller. This was a mixture of citrus bliss and some grounding oils. Then I'll make a couple of these rollers out of the oils that I have, and then they're just easy to carry in your handbag. You can have them at the front door. I've got quite a few of these at the front of the house with On Guard, melaleuca, frankincense in them. And whenever we go out, we'll just put a little bit on our neck. You can also put some on your buff. With Breathe, which is also at the front of the house, I would take Breathe or peppermint. Breathe is a little bit more gentle. And on your face mask or your buff, put one drop on, and then you can wear that over your face, which is really lovely. Obviously with using the oils in the diffuser, you just put them directly in, but you can try a few different things. So if you're using oils to, like if I'm feeling quite stressed and I want to put some on my chest, I would just put a tiny bit of oil in my hand, like there, and then I would take something like, let's say, geranium, and put a drop in, or you could use lavender or frankincense, and you're just going to rub. You would inhale. You could just rub a little bit on your chest, or sometimes I'll put it on my tummy or the base of my back if my back's getting sore from sitting, or so I've had a stressful day at the end of the day. Really lovely to use a little bit of peppermint later on in the day if you're feeling tired. And then you can either inhale like that, it's called tenting, and then after you've rubbed it on your chest or wherever, you can inhale from your, causes you to do some good deep breathing. So there's different ways of using your oils. You can either dilute them in your hand, or you can use a little bit of a bowl if you're using a few different things, and you can use them directly. In that case, I would just tip the bottle over and use a little bit on the points of wherever you're needing it, depending on what you're using it for. Or you could make yourself a roller. Obviously with the On Guard, I also make a hand spray. Sometimes I've made sprays for my cars where I just spray the air in my car. I've done that before, with just also with some On Guard and lavender and wild orange, which is lovely. Just keeps the air fresh in the car, cleans the air. Yeah, so I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.